My name is Kevin Davis. I started at Modat, I want to say probably about 16, 17 years ago. I'm working in the Modat electrical department, signals and lighting. I do a prevent maintenance inside the signal cabinet to make sure when a car pull up to the stoplight, they get the detection so they can move forward. A part of my job also being a prevent maintenance worker in the signal department is make sure when the pedestrian come to the stop sign and they press that button, they can walk across the road safely because they get the proper indication to walk freely. In those cabinets, we got a lot of devices that if there's issue, those device catches issue before it become an issue, or it send us a warning before it become an issue. A lot of regular folks that's just walking by see it and wouldn't know what's going on inside of it. A part of our prevent maintenance is make sure when there's indication out, like when you come to the traffic signal, you got 3 indications. You got green for go, and you got amber, and you got red. And we check to make sure that those indications are visible so the public can see it to know when to stop and when to go. And we have to replace those indications whenever time they start going out. So another part of getting a traffic signal out there to run, like example, if we got a knockdown out there or there's an accident where a signal cabinet get damaged, we have to sit down and we have to plan carefully. We have to get engineer involved to make sure what we're doing as far as getting the cabinet, get it prepared to install out into the field. We have to test it here first, make sure everything run to standard. We contact engineer group again after that. They look over everything with us and they make sure everything is perfect. It takes a lot of planning just to make sure everything is okay. That's what our prevent maintenance is all about. We try to catch it before the general public call it in. Those are some of the stuff that we do. This is this is one of our Modat signal test lab in the St. Louis district here. This is basically a 16 position test cabinet where we use to test controllers whenever time we're doing programs for controllers and testing MMUs to make sure everything functions properly. This is one of our test panel that we use. As you can see, there's the next one right here. These are some of our video detections that we got out into the field in the cabinets. That's when your car pull up to the intersection. These are some of the equipments that will capture that image and put it inside the controller and say, hey, there's a car sitting right here. He need to go within the next 2 or 3 seconds. Again, this is in our test lab, and these are some of our cameras that at the intersection, you will see them up on top of the signal arm, and they'll point down in you on the car. And these are what detect you when you come to the intersection. And another example I would like to, integrate is like when you come to a traffic signal, there's a white bar right there at the traffic signal. The white bar is there for a reason. They don't want you to go over that white bar, because once you go over that white bar, then you automatically gonna miss your detection from getting detected. That means the camera is not gonna think you're there because you pull forward too much. You have to stay behind that white bar at the traffic signal. And that's the only way you will get detected, so you can go about your normal, schedule for the day. Most of our cameras are online detections. They're online, and you can view them remotely. And if, just an example, say there's something happening at the intersection where there's no PTZ camera for Modat to view it, they can ask the engineer group, and they can tap into these secondary cameras, and they can see what's going on at the intersection. They can't rotate them like what they will do to regular PTZ, but you will be able to at least get some visibility of what's going on at the intersection. Yeah, like this is another signal cabinet that is been tested right presently now to go out into the field. So we normally let an intersection run for like 15 to 20 days, sometime longer, to make sure there is no issue going on. It goes through its cycles and service all the phases one by one. And if there's an issue while this is coming out of of red flash or what we call a lockout. If there's an issue, this unit, which is the MMU monitor, will catch it and it will put it back into red flash to protect the public and traveling motorists. We got different type of controllers inside here. We got 2 different type of controller. We got a Siemens controller and we got a Cobalt. And these are some of the devices that run the intersection and make it safe for the public. This is called a conflict monitor right here. When there's an issue at the intersection, this device is what play a big role, that it will send back information to us, and it will make the intersection a lot safer. Just this device here by itself.